This is my skateboard, and this is my paintbrush. For me, they go hand in hand. These two things are my passion and my purpose and my pride in life. I really don't think I could have one without the other. At first glance, a lot of people may not see skateboarding and art the way I do, but I have a pretty good feeling they might just be related. So why do I do it? Because skateboarding is who I am. Skateboarding makes me feel alive. Every single day I wake up with the same passion and drive to pick up my skateboard and go to the skate park. I get so much from skating. It allows me to think differently, to think positively. But believe me, I fall many, many times. I get angry, frustrated, sometimes I even cry. So why do I pick my board back up and try again? Because the feeling when you finally land that trick that you've put so much effort and determination into is like nothing else. Your body tingles, your smile grows, and you get such an amazing feeling inside of pride because you know you've achieved something great. And then you just want to get that feeling over and over again.
Skateboarding saved my life. It gave me a creative outlet, and in turn, self-respect and hope. In my youth, the spirit of riding a skateboard was all about individuality, and to me such a message made the difference, empowering me with a very physical, yet productive form of self-expression. These days I can't help but feel that the brand of skateboarding that most people are being sold on is truly lacking of spirit, of soul. It's all hype, it's all show. I'm concerned by how self-consumed and competitive this industry has become. I can't believe that this is the same activity, the same industry, that profoundly and positively affected my life as a teenager. For me, it never was and never will be about any of those things. I still believe that skateboarding can and should be a positive experience. And as a professional, I feel it's my duty to give back all that it has given to me. The shortcomings of this industry only motivate me to work harder, to be more visible and vocal, to be in more places and to reach more people. They can kill the true meaning of skateboarding on a commercial level, but they'll never kill it at the core, or in the hearts of those to whom skateboarding means so much more. I have always had heroes, from the superheroes I read about in comic books, to Elvis, to Evel Knievel, to Henry Rollins and Lance Mountain. I've always had someone to look up to or aspire to be like, a role model. Ever since I discovered punk rock music and skateboarding in 1984, one of my biggest influences in both mediums has been Minor Threat and Fugazi frontman, Ian MacKaye. I was fortunate to meet Ian at his house in Washington, D.C., and to go into his home and be welcomed so warmly was amazing. I can relate to him more than just about anyone else I know.
We always had a really idealistic relationship with skating, I think. We always saw it like really clearly as like this incredibly like important it's a way of living life that gave you a chance to redefine everything around you. Like skaters don't see sidewalks as sidewalks. They don't see streets as streets. They don't see walls as walls. Everything has been redefined. Like the rest of the world, all the other people in the world who don't skate see it completely different. They see that that's a place you walk, or that's a curb, or that you step off the curb. But skaters, it's always about like the potential, the possibility of the terrain, and that's like it really, in a very weird way, it really like hooks up kids with the ability to redefine. Yeah. And if they can redefine that, then they can redefine anything.
Talking about your idealistic look at skateboarding, I read your interview in Juice. I don't know who I was telling, but I was like, this is the best thing I've ever read about skateboarding. Like you said it, you articulated it dead on, exactly the way that I thought it should be presented.
Thanks.
Exactly the way I would love to be able to present it myself, And I mean, I've been trying for years. I've been trying to say the right things, trying to be about the right things, but I was like, man, this is like, this should be like copied and distributed like with every skateboard that,
But I actually don't have any beef with like the way people skate now either. A lot of people I know who are older skaters they kind of say like, oh, skaters now is just like, all just technical stuff. But I think like, whatever, man. It's all like every time someone does something technical, it may move into an area where everyone's being very technical, but it's eventually some artist is going to get a hold of the technique, and the artists are going to take that back and apply it to something new. They're going to find something, and it's just going to happen over and over and over again. So I'm always psyched that there's just people doing anything, period. So.
Ian is able to articulate better than anyone what skateboarding is really about. Because he's not in or consumed by the skateboard industry, he has a fresh perspective and an open mind. He remains connected to the reasons he started skating and the feelings that come with it. He talks about skating at its most fundamental and pure level, not the tricks, the brand names, or the hype, but skateboarding as an outlet and a form of self-expression. That's what I connect with. For me, skateboarding has always been that creative outlet, a physical and mental discipline, an art form. A skateboard is like a paintbrush to me, and my approach comes very natural. My skating comes from my heart, not my head. It is something I feel, not think. My skating is always about the moment, about feeling and expressing.
The X Games contest is the gnarliest thing I've ever seen live skateboarding. I felt like I was watching Gladiator or something like that.
Skateboarding is just such a notch up from a lot of sports as far as how tough you have to be to get that good. I think that in a lot of ways it gives you strength for the rest of your life.
In order to achieve greatness, you have to go through a lot of pain. You definitely have setbacks. But in order to achieve that success, you have to push through. You're going to have to battle injury.
Keep it going.
Soul of skateboarding.
Wow, we're gonna get real deep on this hangover. I gotta go hard right now.
That's a deep question.
That's a tricky question there. You got a tricky question. Do you mind if I give tricky answers? What is the soul of skateboarding? Skateboarding happens to be that one thing that when I started doing it, I just wanted to keep doing it. It was my addiction. It was the fun toy that gave me purpose and place and belonging. I truly believe when you have that feeling that it's your soul and your passion is your God. So I think skateboarding is a lot of people's God. It's their everything. It's their reason for living. It's their being. It's their purpose. If they don't have it, they don't have place. They don't have popularity. They don't have reason to be alive, basically.
I don't know, but that shit's there. Being on the streets and just keeping going.
I would think that was something like some sidewalk surfing and style. carving, riding.
To me, what drives every skateboarder is learning a new trick, whether it's learning how to 5-0 on a mini ramp or it's learning to do a switch 360 heel flip. You know, it's this sort of essence of finding that joy of progression because there's nothing like it. You know, money can't buy it.
That outweighs all the fame, the fortune, the status, having a pro model. I mean, just the feeling that skateboarding gives you of this accomplishment, you know, and once you roll away, it's like the most amazing feeling in the world.
To most of society, it doesn't even make sense.
No one's supposed to be on this property whatsoever.
Then there's us skaters who it makes perfect sense to, where it's just another world. It's a place for you to escape, and it's a place for you and your friends to escape all together. Doesn't even make logical sense what skaters are doing, grinding ledges, jumping down gaps. I mean, it looks cool, but it also feels great, and it puts you right in the moment, unlike anything else, and it reminds you that you're alive.
All right.
The soul of skateboarding? Soul. It's basically it's freedom. Freedom from, first of all, the static hold that gravity has us on, nailed to this earth, and second of all, from this the cops and the corporations telling us what we're supposed to do and how we're supposed to act. And so it's just defiance, you know. It's defying gravity, defying fashion, defying rules and laws, and then turning that defiance into a dance.
Not everybody skates like Andrew Reynolds or Eric Costin or a Guy Mariano or even a Papalardo, whose part stuck out kind of like a sore thumb in the video, in the Lakai video, but it was still an original part, you know what I mean? He still did his own thing. And that's kind of what skateboarding, that's what it's been about from day one, doing your own thing and not necessarily fitting into the mold of what everybody else is doing.
It somehow allows you to leave all that behind for maybe just a moment, but sometimes that moment's enough.
Most people grow up, you get out of high school, and they stop playing. They lose that aspect of falling down and getting back up and brushing yourself off and doing it again as an adult. And I've never lost that. I'm still doing the same thing now that I was when I was 12 or 16 or 20, and I think it's good for you.
You know, you go to this amazing park. There are two gigantic, awesome artificial turf soccer fields. There's a gigantic, beautiful dirt and grass baseball field. There's basketball courts. There's a full swimming facility, and then there's a gigantic skate park. You know, I think that just says a lot about the evolution of everything. In this kind of community, all those sports are kind of, you know, at the same level. Skating, it's such an important part of this community, and so many kids are doing it. We have to include that in our park.
Action sports have become mainstream because as soon as we step on a skateboard, on a surfboard, a motorcycle, a bike, it's on.
Basically, you instantly feel like nothing else in the world exists, nothing else matters. You're living in the moment.
You just want to feel it again, and you want to keep driving and keep going just to keep feeling the same emotion every time you skate. It's fun. I mean, I keep saying that, but I mean, it really is that fun, and I can't describe it. You just feel like you're kind of in the groove and you're just going with it. It's the best. I haven't really put that much thought about what I really want to do, but I'm just trying to skate and have fun and keep progressing the sport, and just, I don't really know what to do right now because I'm just it's kind of the off season, I guess, right now. There's really no off season. Just kind of always skating.
When you're a kid, you get asked this one particular question a lot. It really gets kind of annoying. What do you want to be when you grow up? Now, adults are hoping for answers like, I want to be an astronaut, or I want to be a neurosurgeon. You adults and your imaginations. Kids, they're most likely to answer with pro skateboarder, surfer, or Minecraft player. I asked my little brother and he said, seriously, dude, I'm 10. I have no idea. Probably a pro skier. Let's go get some ice cream. See, us kids are going to answer with something we're stoked on, what we think is cool, what we have experience with. But if you ask a little kid, sometimes you'll get the best answer. Something so simple, so obvious, and really profound. When I grow up, I want to be happy. This is where I'm really happy. Powder days. Skiing to me is freedom. I look at this and see 1,000 possibilities, and it's a good metaphor for my life.
When I'm not working at the hospital, I go out and I practice the same procedural basis to go and do wingsuiting, climbing. I change the outfit of clothes that I wear, I change the look, but the underlying process, I think, is very similar. There is a thrill-seeking gene, the DRD4 gene on chromosome 11. You can have between 2 and 11 copies of that gene. If you have 2 copies, you're a low sensation seeker. If you have 11 copies, you're a high sensation seeker. And that's me, that's Heather. We've done the tests. We have 11 copies of the DRD4 gene. It's a whole difference in our essential brain neurochemistry. A lot of the behaviours that we think are environmentally determined, in fact, many of them have a genetic predisposition.
And I don't consider myself to be an extreme sports person. I consider myself to be somebody who's experiencing things.
Trying to grab surfing is like trying to hold a snowflake. You know, the minute you try to hold it and possess it, it melts. The wave is forming in front of you. The wave is over your head. Your wake is disappearing. Your footprints are washed from the beach. There's no material production from having done it. There's no depletion, there's no creation. It's just an aesthetic instant.
And out there, when all that holds you back is the horizon, that's real freedom.
What I like about skateboarding is that it's really creative and really stylistic. Anything goes with it and anyone can do whatever they want. It's just really fun.
I love skateboarding because you can just be yourself and just be free. I like skateboarding because of the style and the creativity. The way that people are making new tricks and being really creative with it.
The thing I love about skateboarding is how it's different than any other sport and you can make new family members and have fun and be yourself.
Something I love about skateboarding is that it's really just an open activity and you can have any style that you want. And there's so many different ways that you can skate.
I know so many people that say skateboarding saved them when they were young. Skating was their escape. It was definitely mine. It was my escape from all the other issues in my life and problems, and I mean, to this day, that's my way of relaxing or meditation or whatever you want to call it, is just getting on this thing.
Skating is just kind of a way out. It's a release.
because you're so fixated on and concentrated on what you're trying to do at that time. Your mind's free, it's empty. Even though it's full on physically, but like in a way mentally it's so relaxing.
If we use skateboarding intentionally and skillfully, it can be an alternative treatment model and a pathway to healing for people that have been victims of trauma and abuse, that are struggling with addiction, that have mental health challenges. And the skate park can be used as a therapeutic environment.
Your experiences as a kid, especially with trauma and challenges, is that you're almost destined to repeat that cycle. Anything you can do to help you process that, to help you get through it, and to change the cycle is the most beneficial. I do feel like skateboarding can be a big part of that, especially with how you feel when you skate. You feel free, you feel in control. People that have suffered trauma in their childhood, I think the lack of control is such a huge part of it.
There's a biological process that's happening. When you engage in an activity that's full of healthy sensory stimuli and patterned and repetitive, your brain just finds that calming and regulating. Things happened that caused some challenges with neurodevelopment, but if we understand them, we can use certain types of activities to target those areas of the brain and help them to heal.
You can't fake skating. No one can make you do these things. It's all on you to get it done. And when you do get it done, in whatever form, even if it's the smallest trick, there's a sense of accomplishment that I've never found anywhere else.
They can have the opportunity to, in a really safe and controlled way, learn social skills and develop relationships slowly. And there's an element of the community that you're a part of at the park, managing and helping you to learn those social skills and that etiquette.
You go to a skate park now, like, it's old men, all the way down to young girls, all enjoying the place together and cheering each other on and helping each other learn. What other sport has that? When I had some form of success or a voice that could affect change, I thought the best thing I could do with that is to help build skate parks.
And then circle your arms behind you with the inhale. And exhale down. Feel like you skated? You did skate.
That felt good.
How'd that feel, man?
Oh, it feels good.
What's up, Stephon?
Now I feel good.
How you doing, brother? What's up, B? How you doing? My name is Brandon Turner. I'm a professional skateboarder. I'm activities director for MHC, Mental Health Center of San Diego, and Healthy Life Recovery. As activities director, I create programs within the facility to help people implement sobriety and help them get to their goals. Right here, we're at Pooh Skate Park with the skate program.
Skateboarding is its own addiction, so the ability to replace something harmful with something that stimulates your mind and body is something that's really cool.
And it teaches you things that school and a lot of the things in life don't teach you.
It's part of the game.
You get back up when you fall, just for one land.
It just gives me a sense of freedom and belonging. Skateboarding teaches you commitment, because without commitment, you won't be able to, do the things that you want to do in life.
I have to trust myself in a way and commit to things, and I'm usually pretty good at just giving up. But now I don't want to give up. So when it comes to skateboarding, I get to challenge myself, and I get to have goals, because once I go down that ramp and I complete it, it feels amazing, because I accomplished something.
Question is what is the underlying philosophy of skateboarding to you?
Well, I know it sounds so stupid, and you'll probably want to hit me over the head with a pan, but I think of skateboarding as like a karma stick. If your karma's good, you're going to have the baddest time and have fun, and it's going to be good.
The guns up. There it is. Yeah.
If your karma's bad, you're going to eat shit.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
What is the underlying philosophy of skateboarding?
Philosophy?
The
is to have fun.
That's it. It's simple.
It's adrenaline OD. It's scaring the shit out of yourself and coming back from the edge. And you're doing it on a little tiny four-wheeled toy that hovers about 4.5 inches off the ground. You know, and if you can bomb down a hill at 45, 50 miles an hour and come out the other end unscathed, you're going to be...
Skateboarding's about a couple of words. It's about having fun.
About having fun.
Yeah, it's
and that's
about
it.
fun.
Nothing else.
Fun.
Dr. Tommy Goronga. So the philosophy of skateboarding, it's the art, the discipline, like martial arts.
In any sport, in skateboarding in particular, there are two approaches. An artistic, flowing approach in which you're trying to look very graceful and beautiful and blend with that terrain. And then there's the other situation where you want to get as radical as you can and just tear that terrain to pieces.
A lot of people are going to learn what skateboarding's all about. The capabilities of 4 wheels with the plank underneath it is unlimited. And I hope, and I know these guys have proved that.
I just like skateboarding. It's fun. It's a fun thing to do. But it's all up to individuals, and that's why I think skateboarding is such a neat sport. It gives people a chance to express themselves in their own way, and it's an individual's type of sport, skateboarding.
It all circles back around to surfing. It really does. Everything for us was about that. And I think growing up in Venice in the 80s, what style was important. Like if you did a stink bug frontside air, it was just, you know, people were like laughing at you. So, you know, it's about having your knee tucked and kind of grabbing around your knee. And so style was definitely something that was important.
I am absolutely insane about skateboarding. We have no courts. We have no lanes. We don't have to rely on any team or anyone. The intricacies of skateboarding is what lures my eye. There will always be those who can do more than you, and you will never control the level of expertise around you, but you can control how hard you work. It's not a competition against anyone else. It's a battle with yourself. How are you better than you were last year, last month, last week? I want you to detach from autopilot right now. What is the meaning of life for you? Happiness? Happiness for others? To make a difference? Wisdom? Whatever it may be, only you can decide for yourself. People only see the success. But behind the curtains, I fail a lot more than I succeed. It's not about doing the impossible. It's a matter of how you can break it down into something possible. It tests your mental stamina. It's like trying to balance a coin on its side. One of the simplest forms of problem solving. Do it enough times, and you'll be able to do it faster and faster. If you don't have a deadline, you have no excuse but to succeed. There are moments where no matter what I'm doing, I have to stop and just skate. You only get one life to live. Why would you settle for mediocrity? Because when you're 95 years old, staring out the window, I want you to be able to say, I did it. Always remember, the single most important factor to succeed is love. The dream. Everyone has one, but not everyone lives it or even pursues it. But we will.